I grew up a nerd, and this was way before it was cool to be a nerd. In the morning, I would get to school early and I would go to the library to meet my friends because the library was the place the nerd camp was. And we would hang out in the morning doing homework. But more importantly, it was a moment where I began to see storytelling as an art form, storytelling as a way to connect with others. So I'd be hanging out with all my nerdy girlfriends in the morning, and I would always reenact and dramatize whatever was going on in my life. And I found that this was an amazing way to really connect with others. I could make them laugh. I could see that we had similar problems. And I think that's the beauty of using storytelling, because you have a little freedom to be expressive, and the drama is part of the fun of the story, and it keeps it at kind of a safe distance. So even though there is that truth and that fiber in there that you resonate with, you get to embellish a little bit with the story, and it makes it fun. So this kind of carried over into my desires as I grew into an adult. Of course, graduating high school, I studied communications in college, but I really didn't have a good vision of, what I was going to be in the world. One of the paths I took was, of course, writing. I would go to a writers club, and as soon as I could get into a competition, I would enter, whether it was essays or short fiction, that kind of thing. So I experienced a lot of rejection early on, and that was really difficult because as a writer and a storyteller. When you can't succeed at the thing that is so important to your heart, it really hurts, and that tempered me. So my strategy for dealing with the heartache was to shift gears. So I would go from focusing on essays to children's books to works of fiction. I just kept shifting gears, saying, oh, this is going to be my niche. This is going to be my niche. And at some point, I shifted gears into public speaking via Toastmasters. And it wasn't long before I got competitive with it and jumped into the competition there. And it was the same thing. I had some successes, but I wanted to win. I wanted to be the champion of the worldwide Toastmaster competition. And when I wasn't that, once again, it's the heartache of, this passion, this thing that I love, this, this expression that I must share with the world. I'm not as successful as I wanted to be at it. But nonetheless, a career unfolded, and I did dive in as a professional. I, for many years, worked as a marketing director, first in the .com technology space, then for health insurance, large company. So I got to do and experience a wide range of things, everything from video to writing to, of course, I got involved in design and website and marketing technologies and all the components where there is room for creating a story, a message that really connects with someone. And so here I am today. And it is my greatest pleasure to be able to work with someone that has a vision and that wants to share that vision with the world, that wants to expand that vision in a way that it makes people think, it helps people understand, it gets people to listen. That's just a super exciting thing for me. Being able to use my talents in a way that helps others become the star. It is really now my focus. I've stepped back from needing to be in that starring role myself, and I see myself as making my greatest contribution towards spreading the message for others. And so that's what I'm here to do. So for me, sometimes the writing is a little bit magic. It feels like it's almost a download. And I think that's really because I've just been doing it so long. So I take everything in. I ask a lot of questions, and then I'm an empath. So I rely very, very heavily on my gut feeling. And that kind of guides me in shaping content and messaging, and why I think I can connect so well with leaders and people that want to gather others and inspire others. So that's clearly, I think, one of my strengths and gifts that I'm happy to bring to the world. Being an empath was something that I struggled with in the beginning because I was very sensitive and very emotional, and so now I've learned that really is just a guide. The empathy is a tool that it kind of gives me a little extra edge in being able to capture that just right voice and to say things in just a way that other people can feel it, not just the words, but they get the feeling, the call to action, the bigger picture. So that's what I'm here to do. And if there's a message that you're working on, please reach out. I would love to have a conversation.